Hello twin flames, happy Valentine's Day. So we're going to do a pick a pile, and it's going to be an all message reading. So it's going to be messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. Or if you are a masculine tuning in, turn this around to fit your situation. And later on I'm going to do a sexy 18 plus pick a pile. And that's going to take an in-depth look into what they are thinking about today and fantasizing about today and wanting you to know. So we're going to use 3 piles. I'm going to use mistletoe for pile number 1. We're going to use a beautiful butterfly for pile number 2. And we're going to use a red heart for pile number 3. So those are your piles. And we're going to use lots of cards. And the reason I like shuffling on camera instead of just showing you the piles after I've shuffled them is so you can put your energy into the cards, because it does help. So the decks we're going to use, I'm going to show you as we go along. So we're going to start with the Power Couples Twin Flame Love Oracle by me. So what couple are you? Okay, what do you need to know? There we go. Number 2, what are you? What couple are you? Who are you being reminded of right now? What you're working on and why? Okay, let me just turn these around that way. Pile number 3, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Here we go. So we've got messages here, 1, 2, and 3 already. I am feeling some nausea around today, and that can be connected with, you know, when we are connecting on the 5D very powerfully. So I do feel you're going to be feeling the power of the love. We're going to use the Divine Masculine Dark Truth stack. So what dark truths do they want to admit to you today for pile number 1? For pile number 2, what dark truths do they want to admit to you? What do they want to confess? And pile number 3. Okay, I was just seeing, yeah, I've bought the deck over. I was just saying, I'm going to use the DM Confessions as well by Bridget Rau. I know you guys like that one. So piles 1, 2, and 3. We're going to use the Divine Masculine Revelations by Mystic Moon. This is another beautiful deck here. So what do we need to know, please, angels, for pile number 1? For pile number 1, there it is. For pile number 2, what do we need to know? For pile number 2 and pile number 3. I think that's 2 as well. Pile number 3, there we go. Wow. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. We're going to use the Divine Masculine, the Silence deck. Let me just move these out of the way so I don't start dropping cards all over the floor. Just think about your twin, put your energy on the cards, and you'll receive the right messages. You'll know where to go. Pile number 1, what do the masculines want to say in the silent times? What do they want to say? There we go. Pile number 2, what do they need to say? What do they need to say? And this is what they're telling me, not what they want to say, what they need to say today. Pile number 3. Okay, that's that one as well. Pile number 3. What do we need to know, please, angels, for pile number 3? Pile number 3. What do we need to know? There we go. There's quite a few coming up there. So this is the Divine Masculine, the Silence deck. This is by me. And all the cards, if you go to the description box below, I've listed them all there. So, and it tells you who they're by. So, Divine Masculine Messages of Love, pile number 1. What do you need to know for pile number 1? Pile number 2, what do you need to know? And pile number 3. This was the first deck I created. So, you know, it's very exciting for me to use this deck. I don't use it as much as I should, considering it's my own deck. But I know a lot of other readers like using this deck too. So pile 3 as well, that one's coming off of pile 3. We're going to use the DM Confessions. This is a gorgeous deck by the amazing Bridget Rau. And I have done a series with this too in the playlist, the Divine Masculine Confessions, the Journey to Union. So what do we need to know, please, angels? Pile 1, jumping out here. Here we go, that's gone back in. Pile number 2, what do we need to know? For pile number 2. And there it is. Yeah, that one on top. And pile number 3. What do we need to know for pile number 3? Wow. Powerfully coming out here. So pile 1, we've got pile 2 and pile 3. So again, I'm just going to put the cards to one side. Got a couple more decks here. We're going to use the Divine Masculine 101, another one of my decks. So what does the masculine want to say to you for pile number 1? What do they want to say? Right, it's gone back in there. We just pop that there. And pile number 2, what do you need to know? Pile number 2, because every day I'm shuffling. And pile number 3, what do you need to know for pile number 3? Wow. And then the last step we're going to use is from our beautiful soul sister Sandra from World Illuminator 11, who's just created another amazing new deck, and I'm excited to get that one. She's gifting me one of those when it comes. But we're going to use the Divine Masculine Opens Up deck. This is a powerful one. Straight out, look at that one. Pile number 2, what do we need to know? Pile number 2, wow. And pile number 3, what do we need to know? There we go. So there we are, we've got our messages, we've got our piles. So let me straighten them up so you can have a better look at this. So pile number 1 with the mistletoe. We've got pile number 2 with the butterfly. And pile number 3 with the red heart. So when you're ready, pick your pile. And if you are guided to more than one pile, go where you're guided to go. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay? So we're going to start then with pile number 1. So you've got the mistletoe. So Christmas time may be an important time to you. Maybe there were some revelations coming in over Christmas time as well. And they're showing me this like a bouquet. So I do feel there's going to be a marriage or a wedding in the future for you guys. So your masculine is saying to you, okay, let me do these at the end. So he's saying, wow, in those clothes, looking like that, wearing that smile, wow. So he loves the way you look, the clothes you wear, everything about you turns him on. And they just give me this feeling in the throat where he has so much he wants to say to you, but he just struggles to get it out sometimes. And he is a little bit overwhelmed by you, by the way you are, the way you look. You just wow to him. You know, he looks at you and he thinks, wow. And sometimes he thinks, why do you want me? Wow, look at you. You were everything I could ever want and so much more. He's saying, I feel you. I've been feeling you close to me, especially at night. Can you feel me the way I'm feeling you? So he's feeling you at night. He's connecting with you at night. He wants you to know how he feels. And he's like, wow, look at you. You're stunning to me. You are beautiful. You are jaw-droppingly gorgeous to me. So the couple that you are the most like right now is Smithy and Vanessa from Gavin and Stacey. It's obvious. It's obvious to everyone that you are meant to be together. It's obvious to everyone. It's obvious to him. It's obvious to you. It's obvious you're meant to be together. You have so much in common and so many things that you want to share and do. We've got Stephanie and Michael, realization. So this is from Greece too. So there's a lot of realizations going on. You know, your masculine is realizing who you are, that you are the one, and that you are everything to them. And he's like, wow. You know, when Michael sees Stephanie for the first time, he's just blown away. And he knows he has to fight for the love. He has to fight for her love and become a T-bird to be with her. And she realizes throughout the film, you know, throughout their story, how much he means to her. And that he doesn't have to be anybody but himself. And that's the message for you guys too. David and Elise, this is from what's the film called? The Adjustment Bureau. I was trying to remember what it was. Avoidance. So they want to be together. But there's so many things that seem to be keeping them apart. So many things. And they always end up coming back together. And they keep avoiding the Adjustment Bureau so they can be together. And at the end, the Adjustment Bureau adjusts things so they can be together. So that's the message. You're meant to be. It doesn't matter how many times you come together and go apart again, come together, go apart. You're meant to be. And your masculine will fight for this love. We've got memories. I've never forgotten you even though you think I have. And that reminds me of David and Elise because they get on with their own lives. You know, they go separate ways. They try and get on with their own lives, but they can never forget each other. Even when they get knocked down, even when pain comes in, they can never forget each other. It's really beautiful. So he's saying to you, I've never forgotten you, even if you think I have. I'm learning who I am. So he's learning who he is. He's coming to realizations. He's understanding himself. He's saying, I'm starting to believe, wow. And that's another message with this card here, you know, starting to believe that it is possible. That this is real, that we are magical beings. My circumstances need to change before we can be together. So something has got to change in his life. He's got to change something about his life. And he's saying, don't give up on me. Don't give up on me while I make these changes. I'm learning who I am. I have to release the past. So he's definitely releasing something, from his past, from his life, from his situation. There is stopping him from being fully with you, but he's fully aware that you were meant to be together. He's already come into that realization. It's obvious to everyone that you belong together. I'm working my ass off to become the man of your dreams. So he's definitely doing the work, and he's saying, please don't give up on me. I'm doing the work. I'm working my ass off to become a better person for you. And if I could stay, I would. So, if he could stay with you tonight, if he could stay with you today, he would. But there's something in his circumstances he has to change before he can be with you. You have power over me that nobody else has. So he's reminding you of your power. You have that power. That's because you're his divine feminine. No one matches that. And of course I care. So he does care. He wants you to know he cares. And he's going to show you this soon. He says, I would love for us to sit down and talk lovingly and openly. I want to be able to open up vulnerably and tell you exactly how I feel. He has so much love for you, so much love, and he wants to marry you because I'm seeing this as a bouquet in the future. And of course he cares about you. So he's saying, I just wish we could sit down today on Valentine's Day and I could open up my heart and tell you how I feel, but my circumstances need to be different first before I can offer you the world. And he does want to offer you the world because he sees you and he's like, wow, look at you wearing those clothes and that dress and those pants, looking like that. There's nobody else for me. Of course I care, but I have to release my past first to be with you. But there's no avoiding this connection because it will be adjusted accordingly to bring you together. I hope that helps. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you soon. Wow. Pile 2, so you've got the beautiful butterfly. So you're being reminded that there's transformation happening in your connection. He is transforming for you, and you are transforming for him. So the message is, first of all, I'm taking my time. He's saying this time, I want to make it right. I want to do things right and I want to make it right. That's why I don't want to rush things and risk losing you altogether. I want it to be right. Now that's beautiful because he's transforming for you. He's changing for you so that he can do it the right way. He doesn't want to let you down. And that's because you have a mission together, like Buffy and Angel. You have a mission apart and together. And right now you're gaining strength. I love this because we've got Wesley and Buttercup. True love never dies. True love never dies. This is from The Princess Bride. So Wesley and Buttercup, again, destined to be together. They are given the strength they need during the separation and the hard times. So a lot of couples going into separation in this reading, in these power cards, because it's showing you that you can handle it. You've been able to handle the separation. You've been given the strength you need. And even now, if you're not together today, he's saying, I'm taking my time. I want to do it right. And you're being given the strength you need. And he's saying, thank you. Thank you for being my best friend, even when I've pushed you away. Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody knows me like you do. So remember that. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows Angel the way Buffy knows him. Nobody knows Wesley the way Buttercup knows him. Nobody knows George the way I know him, So you have to remember this. He's thanking you for being there. And he's saying, I'm a fool. I'm sorry I lied to you. I was wrong and I admit that now. I was a fool. Hurting you hurts me. So anything he's lied about, and I don't feel these are big lies, like soul-crushing lies. I feel this is denying his feelings or lying about the way he feels, when in spiritual truth and in real truth, he feels it all. So he's apologising. He's saying, I know I've been a fool. I know I've hurt you and I've let you down. And I just want to say thank you for being there for me when I've done all that. I promise you I'm going to make it right. We've got unique. It says, I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. So again, this is that realisation that you were twin flames. He may not understand the label, but he certainly understands the feeling. I've never felt this way before. I've never experienced this love before. You are magical to me. You are unique and special. And you are also my muse. You inspire me. Especially if he's got, musical blood. That means he could be an artist, he could be a writer, singer, he could play an instrument. You inspire him. He could be an artist. You inspire him to be creative, to write, to do all these things. But you're his muse. And you inspire him to change his life, not just in his career and in his projects, but in his own self, to be independent and strong. And he's saying to you, I'm frustrated about what I have not yet achieved. And that's why you're his muse, because you inspire him to change his life and to live his life in a much more spiritual, connected, deep way. And he's saying, I'm frustrated with myself. I should be so much more than I am now. So that's also an insecurity, because he wants you to be proud of him. You do matter to me, and I do care. I just struggle to show it sometimes. So he's showing you in other ways. I definitely feel through music as well. He shows you in other ways. He struggles to show his emotion. And he said, I'm healing my addiction so I can feel free. So any addictions he has, he's healing those addictions. Those could be alcohol, drugs, gaming, anything that takes his energy or his attention away from you. And he knows he's been a fool for giving those things priority over you. The addiction could be a distraction. It could be his karmic situation. It could be his own fear. So he's releasing these things to be with you. And he's saying, I will always be with you, and it will always be you. It will always be you. I will always be with you. And that's what I'm feeling energetically. He's saying, I'll always be with you. Anyway, we're meant to be. We're forever. We're eternal lovers. You make me happier and healthier. So why am I running? I feel like such a fool. So whenever he's run from you, he's felt like such a fool, because you make him happy. You make him healthy. And when he's not with you, he turns to other things that can be like an addiction that makes him feel ill. Only you will ever do. So he knows that. He knows that nobody else can satisfy him or, give to him everything you do. He knows you're the only one. And we've got, you make me feel complete. You are the only one. You're the only one that will ever do. And you make me feel complete. And I desire you on every level. Every level, spiritually, physically, emotionally. He wants you. I want to tear off your clothes and have my way with you, leaving my scent and print all over what belongs to me. He desires you. He wants you. And if you want to know how he wants you, I'm going to do a pick-a-pile later about that, okay? The sensual energy around the connection today. He's saying to you, you triggered my spiritual awakening. So you've been his muse. You've been a big part of his journey to help him to realise who he is. And I recognise myself inside of you. So he knows there's something pretty special going on here, and that you have a soul bond. And I feel that's also mirror work. When he looks in the mirror, he sees you. I've been meditating and expanding my mind. I'm starting to see. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to trust. I'm starting to realise. He says, be a good little girl and please your divine man. So I feel that he also fantasises about you pleasing him, pleasuring him in the bedroom. And I'm going to be talking about that in the other reading. I dream about you too. So if you're dreaming about him, he is definitely dreaming about you. I'm working on forgiving myself for all the pain and hurt that I caused you. How could I do that to you? And that's what he said earlier. How could I do that to you? I feel like such a fool for hurting you. I only hurt myself. Please be patient with me. I am doing my best, even though it's taken me some time to free myself from the clutches of my fearful mind. I have to integrate my ego. I am working on it, and I know I will get there. So he knows he's going to make changes. He knows he's going to get there. He's going to be able to be with you fully and spend his life with you too. I'm really struggling to work out how to start a conversation with you, but I want to talk to you so badly. So he really wants to talk to you, Divine Feminine. He really wants to initiate contact, but he's struggling to find the words. So give him time. He feels like a fool for the things he's done to you. But everybody knows you're meant to be together. It's so powerful, it's obvious that this is real and you have this mission together. And he's asking you to trust him and have faith because you make him feel complete. You're his muse to change his life and heal his addictions and work on his truth. And that's what he wants you to know. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Wow. Pile 3, you've got the beautiful heart. So you're being reminded how strong and deep and powerful your love for each other is. So he's saying to you, happy birthday. Wow, if he missed your birthday, he's sorry. He's sorry he missed your birthday. If he didn't contact you at Christmas time, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. Happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day. I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I was afraid to reach out in case you expected too much too soon. I will make it up to you, I promise. And I'm really feeling this as happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sorry I missed this Valentine's Day. I was afraid to reach out in case you expected too much too soon. I will make it up to you, I promise. So if he doesn't reach out to you today, he wants to. He's sorry. He's saying, I'm struggling a little bit because we've got Elizabeth and Darcy patience. Now, Elizabeth and Darcy, Mr. Darcy, very powerful. Look at the way it was between Pride and Prejudice, this is. He couldn't contact her by phone because there was no phones. They had to wait until they crossed paths again, and they always did. They were meant to be together. There was no mobile phones then. There was no, way of contacting each other, but waiting and trusting and having faith. And that's what you're being guided to have on this Valentine's Day. And if he did miss your birthday or Christmas time, he's apologising for all of it. Carrie and John, forgiveness. Big, okay? In Sex and the City. Look what happened. They had this on-off connection for 10 years and then they got engaged to be married and then he messed her around. And she was devoted, she was devastated, but she forgave him. As soon as they come together, it was gone. All the pain, all the struggle, everything that had hurt him and held him back, gone. Because the connection is instantaneous. It's so powerful. It overcomes everything. Bumblebee and Charlie, friendship. So this is also, I chose this card in this deck because, when I created it, because Bumblebee is an alien. He is this transformer and she is, just a normal girl. And, they have such this powerful bond that you wouldn't think they would have because she's human and he's an alien. So you may see that. You may see your twin as someone who's a bit alien to you, different than you. There could be big differences between you, but you are the one. Okay, and obviously there was no, kind of romantic connection between these. It was the power of the friendship, but it's showing you that, opposites attract and you can come together and be together regardless of the outside world. Issues. My family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realise. So he may have kids, he may have family, his upbringing, things he's done, they're affecting this connection. He's asking you to trust him while he finds his way. You feel like home to me. You are safe to me. So he knows that even though he's dealing with his physical world right now, and he may not be physically able to be with you because of his family or his lifestyle, he knows that you're the one and he feels safe with you and he wants to be with you. I look at your pictures to feel closer to you. So he may have a picture of you on his phone, in his mind. He may look at social media. He wants to feel closer to you. So he looks at your pictures. And I need you to forgive me. So again, there's that energy of forgiveness. Forgive everything that's happened. Forgive and heal. Forgive the fact that he hasn't contacted you yet, or, he hasn't contacted you today or at Christmas time or your birthday or whenever it was. I'm planning how we can get away. So what he really wants to do is take you somewhere so you can talk and meet up and make love and spend time together. But he also needs to forgive himself for that too, for having all these feelings and thoughts about you, because he needs to change some things first. And they're giving me heart pain. So I feel he has heart pain when he connects with you because his heart beats only for you and he feels that so deeply. So he may be dealing with heart issues today, heart pain, because he's not physically with you. I'm always receiving signs that I belong with you. And I feel you're really resonating with these divine masculine messages too, because you're receiving the signs. You're planning how you can get away. You're feeling all of this. So he's receiving signs and synchronicities constantly that you're meant to be together. And the differences between us scare me but excite me too. I am accepting that. So again, I feel this could be a lifestyle difference. Like he's out there in the public eye, and like obviously you've got Bumblebee as an alien, someone different. And then you've got Charlie who's this normal girl. So, there could be lifestyle differences. There could be an age gap. There could be other differences between you. And he's saying, they don't turn me away from you. They excite me and scare me at the same time. So trust it. Don't let that get in the way, because the passion is real. He feels it. You feel it. Everyone around you knows it. And he loves you more and more every day. That love is not going away. And he's contacting you through music. Hear my message through music. Feel me. Feel the power of our love. He may be a musician. He may be musical. He may be connected with music, because, I do feel that you're his muse. And this connection has definitely been divinely guided. So it's meant to be. It's divinely guided. He feels it. He knows it because of the signs he sees. I know when you're upset with me, and it bothers me more than you could possibly know. So he feels what you feel. If you're feeling angry or sad, especially around these events like birthdays, Christmases, Valentine's Day, he feels it and he's apologising. I feel what you feel. I feel what you feel. And he's saying, I have never loved anyone the way I love you. Very beautiful. And I see you on the big screen. So he sees you on the big screen in film, in something you may be doing. When he's watching a show, he sees you. He sees you in everything he does. And he's saying, there is so much I didn't know, but I am now awakening to the truth of who I really am. And this could also be connected with the big screen, okay? Because he could be, he could be a filmmaker, he could be an actor or an actress, he could be some kind of film guru. And he sees you on the big screen. So he sees you wherever he is. He's connecting with you. You may connect in that way. But I definitely feel he sees you in some way. I see you on the big screen. So you could also be online somewhere. You could have a YouTube channel, or you could have a website, or you could be on Instagram. He sees you on a big screen. So a big screen isn't necessarily, the film, the movies. It could be a tablet or a laptop or a computer. He sees you on the big screen. So he's looking at your social media, or he's looking at you online somehow, or he's checking you up somehow. He may even have a photo of you saved that he views on a big screen. So he's saying to you, you're always on my mind. I've never loved anyone like you, and I'm releasing myself from what is holding me back. Please be patient with me. We are meant to be. We are divinely guided, and the universe is creating the way. But he's saying to you today, happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day. Okay, hear my message through music. I hope that helps. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you soon.